When people are in a tense, scary, dangerous situation, what is the first thing a lot of them might do? They might scream, they might cry, they might panic, they might stay like still and frozen in shock. But those are weaknesses when it comes to a very tense, very dangerous situation. We see it in horror movies all the time. Like, a lot of people all the time are like, why are people in horror movies so stupid? And do you know why they're stupid? It's because in that situation full of stress, bodies ranging with hormones, they can barely think. They're running at almost a instinctual level, which can make them a lot less smart. And in situations that are dangerous and tense, you want to be smart. Let me tell you something. Worrying is not going to help at all. Doing is going to help. You're worried about the test tomorrow. That's not helping at all. Instead of worrying, study. All that time you spent worrying about the test can be used studying instead. So on this channel we stay completely honest. So there might be some things I'm going to say that might sound a little bit insensitive, but just know that the place I'm coming from is not a place of insensitivity. It's a place of brutal honesty. No matter what's happening, I don't care if your family is being killed in front of you. You stay stoic. You stay calm. All the reactions you're thinking of doing, crying, screaming, or even blindly fighting, don't do it. Stay calm and think strategically. Fight all the reflexes and all the things that your body and mind want you to do, which can be a really hard thing to do in an emotional state, because emotions, those hormones raging through your body, can drive you to do impulsive things, but that's the exact opposite you want to do inside of a tense situation. The best thing to do in a tense situation is to think strategically. Like, there's a scene in Saw where this woman is in this room that's being filled up with poisonous gas, and the antidote which she needs to inject herself is inside these like little things. So of course you find out you're in a room and you're gonna die quickly. You're gonna be panicked. But in this woman's panic, she sticks one hand in, tries to grab it, sticks another hand in. And this panic causes her hands to be shaky, causes her to make the not so good decision of sticking both of her hands in there. Which, when you are not in the situation, is easy to say, oh, that's stupid. But when you are in the situation, it takes a lot of effort to actually think strategically and reasonably. So like, when I've been in tense and scary situations, a lot of people around me cried, screamed, panicked. But do you know what I did? I stayed calm, stayed stoic, laughed, joked around. And people might think, oh, it's insensitive, it's etc. to laugh, joke in those types of situations. But I'm telling you, when you laugh, it releases dopamine in your body. And the dopamine can counteract the cortisol, which is released from the stress. And this can make you, in turn, be able to think more with your brain and less with your instincts and reflexes. Making jokes, to lighten the mood of situations. A lot of people you shouldn't make jokes. People died. You shouldn't make jokes. It's a serious situation. But I'm telling you, if you're in a serious situation, or if something is really serious, that's the exact situation you should make jokes in, as much it's counteractive as it might seem, because those jokes can work to lighten the mood and make things easier to take, because when you just take it head on, it's a lot more blunt. A joke and humor is like a pillowing between the information. Let's say if this is coming towards you, if you just do like that, it's gonna hurt when it comes in straight contact with your skin. But imagine if I take this little blanket and I roll it up and put it in between there. It hurts less. That's what humor is. And even though it might seem psychotic, might seem sociopathic, might seem etc. to joke off these situations, joke off trauma, all that type of stuff, It's actually one of the best things you can do in these situations. I'm not saying to act like if you're not taking stuff seriously or to make it seem like you're just being straight. Like there is a tactful way to make jokes about serious things, and there's an untactful way. A lot of comedians will dip into serious controversial things with their jokes, but they know how to do it properly. Because if you're telling a joke that's offending people during a tense situation, that's a problem. Telling jokes that are distracting people during a tense situation, that's a problem. Because, of course, you want to take the situation seriously. But joking can be a good way to lighten up the mood. Like in a situation that's not like really, really critical, you know? And it can also help relieve stress. But you also got to know your audience and make sure that your audience will also receive the joke well. And that's what I do all the time. I laugh off everything. Things that bother me, things that scare me, things that whatever. I react with laughter, which in some situations has been seen as insensitive. But the thing is, that laughing is my response to, it's kind of like a cushioning from whatever situation it is. It's making me uncomfortable, it's making me sad, it's making me feel something negative. And it's released, and it's reducing the brunt of the force of the thing that's happening to me. So next time you're faced with a tense situation or something that's making you uncomfortable, something that's making you scared, instead of doing the normal reactions a lot of people do, crying, screaming, throwing up, then instead start being stoic and start using humor. There's never a situation you can't use humor in. You just gotta know how to approach it and how to appeal to your audience. If you know your audience cannot take a specific joke, don't do it. But if you know they can, do it. And there's never a situation that is not okay to joke about. I'm just going to say that right now. While some people might say you shouldn't joke about etc. There's never anything you shouldn't joke about. There's just some things that you should maybe only joke about with certain audiences. Maybe take a different approach to the joking. But you can make a great, funny joke in any situation. And it really helps to release some load. Like, let's say your dad is dying from cancer. Like, you might feel like sitting there, like crying, being sad, moping. The thing is that action is not helping at all with his cancer. While it's completely understandable and I feel sympathy for you if that's what you're doing, moping around, missing work, that is not helping him and that is not helping you. And let me say something. If anything ever happens to me and that makes people want to, cry, mope, be upset, don't do that. You are not helping me at all by showing sympathy and pity. The way you can help me is by doing what you gotta do. Like, let's say I'm dying in the hospital with cancer. Instead of missing school or work to like be there for me, I'd rather you actually go and do what you need to do. And sympathy, pity is a thing that a lot of people don't like. Like, I'd way rather that you tell a good joke and rather than give me sympathy or pity. Because it's just like digging in the situation more, It's like taking off your clothes on a cold day, just making it worse. So yeah, don't do that.